Hey guys, this is Russell Edgar, Avion Overlander. This morning I'm going to walk down the trailer. Going to show you something that I have worked on for some time, something I built for the Avion specifically, and for camping in general. This is the item that I want to show you. It's sitting in the back of our truck. As you can see, it is tethered to the side of the truck, right in front of the spare tire that goes to the trailer. This is a home-built Chinese diesel heater. I will bring it out in a minute and explain it to you completely, and then I will show you how it works on the Avion. But I built this some time ago. Actually, I built it for a tent also. It will heat a tent. We were thinking originally of going to Nova Scotia and camp in our tent. We had already been to Maine in it and loved it. However, Lynn and I decided that we would take the trailer this time. So this is an item. It is to us, is actually a third heat source. We have our normal furnace, which I put in new a couple years ago. Then we have our mini split that you can look at another video and see it. And this is our third item for heating our trailer if we need to. Give you a picture of the offside, the side that has the fuel tank. I think that's 10 liters. It's the bigger one that you can get with these diesel heaters. If you look carefully, you can see that it has a fuel line that goes all the way to the bottom of the tank, comes out here, goes around and in to the diesel heater and to the pump. Very simple item, no big deal. Has a large pour spout so you can easily fill it, have no problem with that. I'll pan around to the back of it here. This is the intake here that sucks air into the diesel heater. That air is heated up and expelled on the other end. This is just something I made, a little cover here to waterproof a hole where the controls go in and out. Down at the bottom you can see there's a fan that blows out that cools the box so we don't have any problems. I don't think you would have, but I'm kind of a guy that likes to do things with caution. I've turned the case around and flipped it down so you can see what's going on. The diesel heater is the unit that is gray and white or gray and light colored. There's a fuel pump right there that I spoke about earlier that pumps it in. The one in the middle that's, I'll touch it, you can see my hands. This is an exhaust that goes out, and actually goes out the front of the case if you think that way. There's a through the wall, and this is from a boat. I have mine reversed to most people. I want that nipple to be sticking out so I can put a longer hose on it. I'll pan back. I believe that's the only thing that's really important on it. I put air vents in the doors, or in the door. There are two of them that let air be sucked in or expelled, either way, but they're there. Come back. You can see where the electricity and the thermostat wires exit right there. On the 1984 30R, there is a door underneath, and this is actually underneath the bed on the passenger side. It goes all the way through. If I pop it down, you can see part of my solar install or battery install. This is an open space here. This open space is where I put the diesel heater hose that follows across the Avion and delivers the heat to the other side of the Avion. Now what I have to do, all Avions have these little handy storage spots all around the Avion. All of them that I know of, or at least the late modeled ones, 1984 being a late model one. Down below, I have attached a 12-volt extension. This extension is long enough to go all the way around the trailer to the other side, so I can use a macerator to empty the tanks if I need to. So what we're going to do, this here will power the Chinese diesel heater after we hook it up. It'll be a very simple deal to do. I'll drop that out of the sight. I'll move my cat out of the way. Flip this down. Now we have an item that we have to put in here to make all this work. I made this. This is the item that we need. It's actually a false panel. It's made with 2 sheets of Avion, or actually it's a aircraft aluminum that I get from a place in Kansas where I buy my aluminum. It's just like it was in an Airstream. Actually, it's the Airstream aluminum. I put and it's double-sided, as you can see. There's a template here of cardboard that I used to figure all this out. I just left it in place. And then you see a 3/4 inch foam insert. That's to keep it from letting cold in and heat out when we're actually out working. What you do with this, inside there is this hose that goes all the way through to the other side, and we will connect this hose. Camco connectors have a little turner on them, and they just work great. So I will connect this. You can see I flipped up the panel that keeps my heat in and my cold out. If you look carefully, you'll see that there's a cable going into there inside of the Avion. That is a controller for the Chinese diesel heater. It tests the temperature inside, and just like any other thermostat, it tells it to go faster or slower depending on the heat needed. I'm going to pan down. I've already plugged in, and the item is right there. The 12 volt is plugged into the diesel heater. I'll pan over to the diesel heater, and you can see the fuel. It's full of fuel. However, it is not hooked to the Avion yet for heating purposes. And I'm going to switch off the video, and I'm going to install that and then let you see what I'm doing. See, the exhaust has been extended. So we're ready to simply turn it on. Now I use a fob most of the time. I can turn it on with this, or I can go inside and turn it on in there. But usually I just flick this, and I can hear it coming alive. Now the diesel heater is outside. It's primed and ready to go. I've come inside the Avion and showing you the actual controller that controls everything, or sends all the information to the motherboard that's in the diesel heater. You can see there's a blue fan spinning. That tells me that the fan is working. There, you just saw that logo pop up, that icon. That's the green one in the far left, lower corner. That is the fuel pump that came on. Is pumping fuel now. Now you will see that there is a, see if I can not give you too much shadow. There is a blinking light there. That light is going to keep blinking, and then we're going to have some lights, square lights, start popping up on the diesel heater itself. Actually, there's one of them. There will be about 5 or 6 of these, and they are telling it how much heat it's producing. It'll do about 4 of these in green, and then it'll do a couple of red ones. I'm going to pan away, and then we'll come back to this so you can see what's really happening. Pan away. This is my floor, and this is where the hose comes in from the diesel heater. There's a door here, you can see. And this hose, I've got, the door is open, unlatched actually, not really open. And the hose comes in. Now if I put my hand down here, there's air coming in already, even though we're not really hot yet. Just air blowing, warm air. Very soon, it's going to be hot air. The green and white cable that you see by the bottom of the screen is the cable that supports or comes into the controller. Now I'm going to pan back up and let's see if anything has happened. Well, yep, look at that. We've got in the bottom of it, you see there's 2 items there. That's the air going into the diesel heater and the exhaust going out of the diesel heater. The red one is denoting that the exhaust is going out. The green one, or whatever color that is showing that air is being sucked in to the actual combustion chamber. We're not talking about air coming into the trailer. That's a different thing. This is going into the diesel heater combustion chamber, being burned, and then the exhaust is being pushed out. Looks like, oh, now we've got all of the little columns that go in there. We've got the 2 greens, 2 yellows, and 2 reds. That means, oh, I can feel it on my foot right now. It is H-O-T, hot. So it'll be coming in. You can see the battery is good. See at the top there, plus and minus. That's an indicator that the batteries are plenty. All right, I don't think there's too much else I need to tell you about this. Yeah, I will tell you, if you build one of these, in my view, get this one with the red controller. Some of the controllers are stupid, or they call them dumb in the on the list. They don't let you adjust for about anything. This is a smart controller. It'll allow you to adjust for where we are. We're about 1,200 feet. And it's got an alpine mode on it. So if you're at 7,000 or 8,000 feet, you just do an adjustment and it will regulate the amount of air and the amount of diesel that's being stuck in there, pumped in there. Guess I should say that right. So I'm going to stop right here. I really appreciate you being with me today. If you have the time, I would really appreciate if you would give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We could really use the effort. Be safe out there and have fun.